Hi, everyone. Welcome to All About the Joy. And Nazim is in the house from Italy.
Oh, no, from Italia.
How you doing?
Buongiorno.
You guys are so
Very,
funny.
very buongiorno. The things you guys make me do. It's 3 a.m. here.
Oh, made you do. We forced you to come on the show and hang out.
Correct. I
Wait,
know.
what are you
Tony.
doing?
I know.
How you doing, man? How you been, man? How you been?
Good, man. How's everybody doing?
Take
Good.
it easy.
Good.
Doing good. So I was just telling Cynthia how I met you. And I don't know if you remember this, but I met you when you were in bed with your wife.
Hello? No,
Okay,
she's
let me clarify, because we actually met on Happs, and you used to come on Happs, which is a different app that was also a live streaming service, which is where I met Rick and Tony, by the way. Hi, Melanie.
Good morning,
And-
Melanie.
And you would come on and you would be in bed about to go, because it's the next day, 3 a.m. for you.
Exactly.
Right.
Correct. It's Friday
So-
morning.
Right. It's Friday morning for you. So yeah, that's how I remember you. I just want you to know.
I know. And then I
In
usually
bed with
would.
your wife.
No,
Wait. What did you say, Nazim?
and I would usually show up without a shirt on, and Tony would get very upset about this down the road.
Tony, who
Well-
flosses on air and, does his whole hygiene situation on air, is going to get upset with you, right?
Oh,
no.
geez, here we go.
I
Here we
said
go.
the horrible word. The horrible word. I
good-
know.
good
Look
night,
at that
everybody. I'm out.
smile.
Because he
Nazim?
flosses so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Nazim, tell us how you're doing. We haven't talked in a long time. How are things going? What have you been doing? And talk about your presentation you sent to me, your on stage comedy thingamajiggy, which was
Oh,
great.
Yeah. I know.
It
I
was
know.
great.
Well,
And here's the thing, I don't speak Italian, and I understood. And it was funny. And I found myself laughing with the audience. And I was like, I don't even know what he said, but it was funny.
yeah, I've been doing great. I've been busy with work and, involved in the cruise ship stuff. And we're still designing cruise ships, and that still keeps going along. But roughly, 3 Mondays ago, we do this thing called Don't Tell My Mom, which is kind of like there's a little club in Milan, and you just go on stage and you have 7 minutes to tell a story that your mom has never heard. And so the guy who organized this, he's quite famous in Italy, and now he decided for the 10th year anniversary to take it to a theater with a packed house with 1,500 people. So that's
Wait, that's the
that was-
clip you sent me, right? That's a lot of
that-
people.
that's the clip. I
Oh,
sent.
that's awesome. Hi, Toby.
And basically, I told the story of when I burned my daughter's savings in the stove in the country house by mistake.
Oops. Let me go finish watching this game. I know he didn't just say that.
Yeah, 3,000 euro, but luckily,
Ooh.
Wow.
we recovered all of it because it was inside this Federal Express thing, so it was all burnt. But if you can see the numbers on the bills, the central bank gives you back the money.
Oh, that's awesome.
But the whole thing is quite funny. The whole thing, how it went. So, hello
Sadie.
everybody. Hey,
Hey, Toby,
Hey.
how y'all doing?
Toby. Good morning.
And so are you still, I had sent you an email to info at, I forget
Yeah.
what the name of the company is. Is that still going on?
Yeah, that's still going on. Yeah, I still do. I still do a lot of digital stuff in Milan, and then I do the consulting for down here on the coast, because today I'm down on the coast for cruise ship design. And then as a hobby, I don't know if you guys remember, me and my wife used to do a blog about Italy. We
And
put on
that's
the
what
back.
that is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's on the back burner because we've been so busy. I've been so busy with stuff. But I'm so happy to see everybody.
You too.
Yeah. And you've
Yeah.
never met Cynthia. Cynthia's
Hi,
my
Cynthia.
cousin.
Nice meeting you, Cynthia.
But you know Rick and Tony,
I
unfortunately.
know Rick and Tony. Unfortunately, yes.
I didn't even say that, Tony.
Yes, you did. You said it first.
No, I didn't, but he felt it with his heart, and he really put it out there.
It came natural. It came natural. I wonder why. I love you guys. I miss everybody.
Yeah. You see how Tony does not talk back to a man?
Ooh.
I just want to point that out there.
I will talk bad to you. Keep playing. Keep playing.
Oh,
Proving his point.
Today. I just
Proving his
making a
point.
What?
And he just
his
proves your point.
Okay. Okay.
Well, Nazim, is there anything? I mean, I'm kind of popping this on you, but is there anything you want
Right.
to talk about?
Yeah, we can talk about how everybody's doing. I have to confess, last night my mother-in-law's downstairs, and we watched the news together, and I was sitting there watching the news, going like, every day the world's getting really crazy. Every day is kind of like something new. So our concern here in Europe, it seems to be this whole thing with Russia and Ukraine and this back and forth. So I don't know. I'm trying to stay positive, but And then apart from that, my daughter went to New York yesterday. She arrived in New York. She's going to be there for a month.
What is she doing?
She's a photographer. Kids fashion. She's doing very well.
That's awesome. And how old is your daughter?
29.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Is there something specific she's photographing or just whatever?
Kids fashion mostly.
Oh, okay.
Fashion design.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of a very cool niche. I didn't hear the kids part. That's awesome.
No, the kids. Yeah. So she's involved in that, and my wife's doing great. We just got back from a 2-week. We went down to Sicily. We were down on the Sicily's amazing. Very
cool.
nice. So doing all nice things.
What?
Is there like certain things in Sicily, like sites that people like to go visit and stuff?
We went to Syracuse, Catania, Modica, Ragusa, and Noto, which is the part where the Baroque is. It's very famous for Baroque back in the 16th, 15th.
Hey, Rich.
Yeah.
So
Richard, good morning. Richard.
See, Nazim is bringing all the Happs people.
He brings all the Happs to the yard.
I know. See, that's why he's the great get. You know what I mean? From the whole Happs crew. So here's what I'll say about Ukraine and everything that's going on in the world. Israel and Gaza, whatever, all of that stuff. So
all that stuff.
I try to stay away from that on this show.
You're right. I'm sorry.
No, oh my goodness, you do not need to apologize. This is good to let other people know. Some people DM me and ask if the topic can be, let's talk about Palestine and Israel. I'm like, that's not the show. And I think there's enough places for people to feel that, you know what I mean? And to enjoy that or yell and scream and whatever. I think there needs to be a place where you don't have to do that.
You're right.
Or you can just come and talk about stupid stuff and have fun and laugh. So you did nothing wrong. Richard Roberts, you know what? I am so sorry. I am a Blab person. What's Blab?
Blab is
an app.
Yeah, that was after Happs we had Blab, and that's another. Yeah,
did
that was
we?
another.
I didn't.
That's Fireman Rich, by the way. Fireman Rich.
Yeah, that's Fireman Rich. Yes.
Wait
a minute, I'm confused. That's who I thought it was. He wasn't on Happs?
Yes, he was. But he was on Blab
not
first.
as much.
Blab was
He was on Blab. Yeah.
Oh, you know what it is? I actually didn't do Blab, so I know you from Happs.
Yes.
So I apologize. Wait a minute. First quarter of the game, Celtic. Is that the Celtics from Boston?
Celtics and just the NBA Finals, and the game's on now. I know what he's saying.
My team? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, Melanie said it was Blab, then Happs.
Yes, Blab was out before.
Correct.
Okay.
And even before that, it was Google. It was Google Plus.
Oof.
You guys were on Google Plus together?
I had Google Plus.
I started with. I was on Google Plus. I was a happy camper on Google Plus. Made a lot of nice.
Were you happy on Happs?
I was even more happy. Well, then Tony arrived, and then I was not a happy camper.
It's always Tony, huh?
I'm just waiting for Tony to say something mean to
that explains
I lit him up. The first time we met, we had a ball, though. That was hilarious.
Well, we had a blast. Were
you on Periscope too, Nazim, or no?
Periscope briefly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is so weird.
Yeah, Richard met me on Google Plus. That's correct.
Wow.
You guys
Me
are
and- me
old,
and-
internet-wise. I'm a newbie compared to you guys. So Cynthia, do you want to ask Nazim anything? Like, can we meet him in Italy and stay at his
How's life in Italy? I have
Com-
my cousin from Panama is arriving next week. So I always have people passing by. Yeah. Everybody's
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
just
welcome.
messing
actually
with
flying
you.
into Venice
Everybody's
next
every,
Thursday.
when? Really?
next Thursday? Yeah, and she's going. You're going on a cruise.
I'm going on a cruise, actually. Yeah,
Wait a
and
second.
leaving out
Careful,
of Venice
careful,
on Friday.
careful.
Uh-oh.
What company? What
Uh-oh.
company?
Don't say it. Don't say
What
it.
company?
What's the first letter?
And
Oh,
And
okay.
Norwegian. Okay, that's good. Norwegian's good.
Okay.
I like Norwegian.
Then
What
Yeah,
would be
they're-
bad if you can even say it?
basically Carnival.
Yeah, we just talked about that
Really?
the other day.
Oh, don't get me started on Carnival. And MSC
please.
is another one. Watch
Oh,
watch
I've
somebody.
never-
You know what? I risk a lot. Watch somebody watch this video. It's like he was bad mouthing. No, it's basically we're right now doing Silver Sea. We did the Richard Branson ships, and in the past we did Princess Cruises.
Hmm.
The love boat.
Oh, yeah.
Fireman Rich, you do not ever have to apologize. And I don't want you to just sit back and listen. You can interact. I just felt bad because I was like, did I mess something up? But it's all good, baby.
Yeah.
I've been
Shuts
on
up.
Carnival twice, Nazim. I never had an issue. I've heard a lot of crazy stories, but I can tell you personal experience. I was fine. So I
Yeah.
don't know what anybody else is going through, but I personally have not had an issue with them.
Yeah, I've been
I
on-
will
on
never go
Norwegian
on a
a few
cruise.
times.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I was
Well,
just
no.
saying I will never go, never have been on a cruise. Go ahead,
Well,
Cynthia.
Carmen enjoys going to places where the bed bugs are really going high. You know?
Ooh.
That was
She-
not my intention, baby. Not at all.
Would you rather go on a cruise or go with bed bugs?
Had I known about the bed bugs, you know what's so funny? I was just updating something about the bed bugs, and I was like, "This is so lingering. Like I gotta let it go." And now you guys bring it up. That's so funny.
Alex, bed bugs for 500, please.
No, here's the truth. I just don't like being on boats, so I don't do it. They're so big.
They
My
are.
God,
They're
it's
huge.
like a floating hotel. I'm like, no.
It really
They're huge.
Yeah.
They are huge.
Yeah.
It's so much fun, though.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. They're comfortable too.
And the fact
Yeah.
that they are so big makes it not feel like a boat because
Yeah,
it's
you
so
don't.
big.
You really don't feel it.
Okay,
Sure.
but Cynthia, you said to me, during the day you can do all this stuff, whatever, but at night I don't leave my room because it's too dark out. I'm like, but why?
Oh no, I don't go out to like outside because it's so dark. I'll stay inside. Yeah.
I thought you're supposed to feel really safe and everything. Are you worried that something's going to happen if you go? I would think you feel safe.
I just don't like the dark. I
Oh.
don't like the dark.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. All right, well, cool. That's fun. I said that we were going to talk about friendships, and I want to bring it up for the. Oh wait, Tony, did you want to yell at Nazim or something before we get into this next part, where you and I are going to fight about it? I'm just
No,
wondering.
he's got his shirt on, so I'm actually pretty good. Nazim, good to see you.
I dedicate this to you, Tony, because I was gonna surprise you, but then I thought that might be a little too much.
Listen, y'all don't understand. Let me go ahead and tell the story. I first met Nazim, right? And I hate to do him like this, but we had fun. He told me it wasn't a problem. So you let me know if I go too far. Me, him,
Go ahead, buddy.
and Bathurst was on. I was actually driving to an appointment, and I jumped on with them. Nazim was sitting there. I had my eyes on him for a minute, but then I turned and looked, and he's sitting there laid out, right? If you've ever seen The Godfather 2, remember when Michael went down to Cuba? And he was talking to that dude. They had all his chest hair just hanging out on the beach.
It's so true.
I said, Nazim, what in the absolute? I said, wait a damn minute. Why are you up in here with a damn poodle on your chest?
That was so funny.
Everybody was laughing. We had a good time.
We had a great time.
Like this is day one. I'm glad he took it in stride. He realized
Richard remembers. He saw that.
Well, that's how I met you. I don't know if it was that episode, but you were all very comfortable way too comfortable on Happs.
because we
Wow.
didn't have anything against each other. We were all looking to have fun. That was the best
Exactly.
part of the environment.
Good point.
Most of the guys, we shot the proverbial on the daily with no problems, like when guys go to the bar and want to just hang out. That was how we treated it. I remember telling you a lot of times, you didn't understand it at first, you didn't see it. I had to see it from everybody else before I realized what was going on. And that's why I was up there with everybody so damn much. I mean, literally, there was 15 of us every night cracking jokes for hours.
It was crazy.
And that's why you guys are now part of All About the Joy.
No, I did not say Tony can be all about the joy. Nothing. That's bullshit. No, I'm just kidding. I think, okay, so what I meant was, because there were good parts, and I understand that that's the part you hold on to, but as an outsider who came into it, for me, it was more negative than positive. And it has nothing to do with the times that you guys had that were really, really fun, because those moments were great, right? And again, I was messing with you about how much you would, but Tony would be on any show that he wasn't hosting, and he would be talking to people as he's eating, and then and that I don't care about, but then he would be like with no problem. And I was like, oh my God. And I think it was fun because I would just mess with you and laugh at you. And that's why he always says he behaves on my show.
I do behave on the show. I don't vape. I won't floss. I'm sitting here good, clean for an hour just for her.
I know.
Because she
Right,
knows
but he has
me.
no problem dissing me and messing with me or whatever. So
If
it's
you
all
ever
good.
see any broadcast I do, I don't care. Everybody was video conferencing for about 4 years. People are at home. You hear kids in the background. People are cleaning up. People don't turn their camera on. They driving. We did everything. So I never took it personal as long as you were pretty much presentable to an extent. Don't come
So
up
nakedness is cool with the chest hair stuff. Nazim.
Don't get me started on that again.
No, I think it was fun. I could see why Happs did work, but I understood exactly why it didn't. Okay, Boston is up 46.
Yeah,
Dallas.
Richard's happy.
Yeah, I'm watching the game too. I see it, Rich. I'm watching it too.
He's
I know
And,
you-
and Tony is always the person that's doing 15 other things while he's on anybody's show.
Yeah.
unless
The
I'm
king-
on
the king-
all about
the
the
king.
joke. So I don't have
That's
to
a lie,
hear
baby.
all of her noise.
No, unless you're on late
all
night
of her
parents,
rants.
late night parents or whatever. But I did want to talk about friendships for this reason, because one of the questions I had is, I consider you guys friends, except Tony. But it's so weird because I haven't met the three of you. You know what I mean? I've met, of course, Cynthia's my cousin, but and I find that interesting because I have people in my real life who think they're my friend, and they're not.
Mm. Say
Isn't
that.
that ironic?
Mhm.
Well, let me tell you. I remember back in the day, it was like kind of like you would get a little obsessed, like I want to see the gang, and you would come on, and I would go on in certain hours of the night, which I was supposed to be sleeping, but I would wake up on purpose and go, damn, I gotta join, and I would come in, and I think a lot of really good friendships came out of it. There was a little bit once in a blue moon, a little, trolling issues and things like that. But I think we all handled it very well. Right, Tony? Right, Rick?
And
Yeah.
I think I carried it a lot personally for me with what I had going on.
Oh,
I
yeah.
always look forward to the optimism and to
Yep.
people just talking about what's going on. All of us would listen to each other's day. And then we would
Yeah.
just have some fun. You had different demographics from all over the globe enjoying themselves, knowing the same songs, carrying the same conversations, aware of the same current events. It was priceless to me. It really was.
But the flip side is what I remember, because I seem to have come in during that. Maybe it was
We
all
keep
me.
going back to that. We're trying to keep it
No,
joyful. We keep
No, because I think it's because Cynthia doesn't really know. So I don't want to glorify what it was, because you guys have sweet memories. You were also on it much longer than I was.
We were.
But why is it no
Yeah.
longer around? Right? So
Oh, that part.
it's
Yeah.
true. And all those other people are, I'm not going to talk about the other people, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying. It became, there was a toxicity that kind of helped with the ending of it. So I said this to someone the other day. I said, you keep referring to somebody that is no longer here, and you keep forgetting that you fired them, right? So this person keeps saying, oh my God, when they did it so perfectly, it was easy. And then I'm like, and you fired them. So stop putting that on the team, like the reason why we don't have it, whatever we're supposed to have it. And it's like, we tend to, like, I know people who have died that all of a sudden they're on this pedestal. They never did anything wrong. That doesn't mean they deserve to die, but we tend to remember the good things. And I think that's a positivity. You know what I mean? Cynthia, as an outsider of the four of us that we met elsewhere, what's your take on, like, do you feel like you're friends with Rick and, well, you don't know Nazim, but maybe in your heart because you want to go to Italy. Well, do you think you're friends?
Family, what do you mean?
Family, familia. Isn't that how you say it?
Exactly.
Get that guest
Dicendo.
get the guest room ready.
Cosa stai dicendo, eh? I have some friends. I have some friends in very high places, so be very careful.
You know the Pope?
Yeah, me and the Pope like this.
Like this. But Cynthia, I'm just curious what your thoughts are from meeting some people from that you don't know that you've met on the show.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, Rick and Tony are my friends now, I mean.
Alma.
Hi, Alma.
Hey, Alma.
Good morning, Alma. Good morning.
Just being on the show and getting to know them and stuff like that. It's really cool. I mean, even though we're like, what, 2 hours from Rick and a few hours from Tony. Like.
Yeah. But I think it's kind of interesting too, because I like coming and doing the show. So I work 50. It's been terrible because usually I don't have this much work. So I'm grateful for it, but I'm exhausted. And I think it was Andrea the other day, we had dinner. She was like, how are you doing that? Like, how are you? I'm like, because coming on here and talking and having fun is what makes me get through the day now, like, because I don't have so much time. And this is the only thing I make sure I turned off all my clients on my phone because, they're always calling me when we're online as if they don't know I'm online. So I get that attraction to it. I understand what Tony was saying and that you guys loved going on to Happs. I think it was a great possibility. I think somehow along the way, there's always good and bad with everything, by the way.
True.
Like I don't mean to diss Happs. I just don't want to over glorify it. But yeah.
Well, I'm wondering. Let me ask you a question. What platform is there now that's similar?
There really isn't. I mean, as far as I know, there really isn't one.
Really?
And in a way, I'm kind of glad. I like having some control over, because that's what I think was a problem for me at Happs. Like, even if you go visit someone's channel and you try to comment, you offend somebody or whatever, and then people are talking about you in another stream. And now not that I ever cared, but it became a toxic thing because it was in one app area. Does that make sense?
I could say that there's a couple of apps that could be close or similar, but they don't have what we had. And I'm around a bunch of apps. I jump around a few places. A lot of places don't have what we had. They just don't. And the opportunity to do so much with each other was something I was pushing. I had to let a lot of it go. It's been a couple of years. I just stopped worrying about everybody else. I'm gonna just have to do me on how we doing this. But broadcast with any and everybody, I'm always going to be willing to do. I have fun doing it. That's how I started. Learning to broadcast, learning to carry conversations, learning to interact, and us having a global audience was something I was trying to run with for the longest. And I got to let people be. So I'm just going to do my thing. I'll come up here with Carmen. I'll jump on anybody's show. It's not a problem to me. But we had, I over glorify it like she says. I do. I had too much damn fun. I've never been online with people and play Uno. That was the most bananas.
No, that was fantastic.
That actually was fun. Yeah, they would be online playing. Yeah, that was cool.
Cynthia, we would play Uno. There would be 8 of us with cards in our hand playing Uno, and people were watching us.
Just like this, and then people were in the chat room, and it was just real. That actually, and also when they did the karaoke.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't forget karaoke.
Karaoke was fun when people did it.
It was fun, but the replay was horrendous. But it was.
Because you're being so technical about it. Like, that's the whole point of karaoke, to just sing it and sound like a fool.
The audio was horrendous because it was off. We thought we was on key when we were singing, but when you listen, everybody was different. It was terrible. It looked like Max Hedron was singing with himself. It was that bad.
Right. But I think what I like. Go ahead. No, go ahead,
I
Nazim.
don't remember. When did Happs end? It was before COVID, correct?
May 5th, 2022.
It was right before COVID.
No, it was after COVID. That's why I found them.
It was after COVID. You're right.
May
Yeah.
5th, 2022 was the last day of Happs.
I
Look
think
at
that's why
Tony.
there was so many people on there. I think partly because of COVID, because everybody was stuck at home.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. It was that was a lifesaver.
I still think it was a great idea, but I don't, and I know people don't want me to say this, but I still think that the people who owned it and managed it made a lot of missteps. And it's unfortunate because it was a great business idea and plan. But yeah, I mean, I just like that. I really believe I've made some friends from there, like Ted Hicks too, I
yeah.
kind of, it's a cool, what's wrong with Tony D laughing? What you
I'm
laughing
reading
at?
the chat as you're talking.
What?
He's reading the chat.
Oh,
Jeez.
Tony, know that day very well. What day is Sadie talking about?
The day I
The
kept
May
saying-
5th, 2022.
Oh, what happened? Oh no, never mind. I don't want to talk about it. If it's something we're not going to talk about. What, that the day ended?
Yes.
That's it?
That's all I was saying. Yes.
Because even on that day, there was drama. There was literally
Oh, is that? Oh, see, I
literally
was
two
already gone by
people
then.
fighting over. No, I was the last one on there. No, I was the last one.
Oh,
on
I
there.
remember
Are you
that.
serious?
Jeez.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Are we in elementary school?
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I think it became addictive for so many people
Yes.
because
I
they
agree.
didn't have
I agree.
anything else outside to do. So everything became Happs, and I get it, but that's why it became toxic.
Rick, you okay?
Yeah, it was a huge it was a huge time suck in certain ways. My wife was like,
yeah.
my wife's like, don't you like have to concentrate on work instead of hanging out with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
And then-
it was real. And I mean, I think everyone needs to have a social life. And I'm not messing with anybody doing it online because I know right now coming here, this gives me life, especially when you're working all week and you're, Tony, why are you laughing so hard?
You know what? I hate to say it. Rick is petty. I've been trying not to do this, but you are petty as hell. You know that, right?
Hi, Cup of Joe.
Cup of Joe.
Awesome.
Hey,
Mario.
I'm sorry, Carmen. but
Okay.
Okay, why is he petty? What did he say?
That was
The last
funny.
thing he just said?
that
I didn't
last
say no
one,
names.
There were people who was actually like, I was the last one. No, I was the last one. No, I was the last one. That did happen. I forgot about
I
that.
didn't say no names.
Melanie, you're right. TikTok lives are similar. Yeah.
I was going to say, Melanie, that TikTok could pretty much be the closest to what we have with that because you can still monetize while we're up there all day. At least we get something out of it the same way we did on Happs. But that audience is so vast. I don't necessarily find it to be the safest. And I will say
TikTok, yeah. I stay.
That's a part you didn't know about it. So the thing on Happs that was pretty cool is when you were doing your show, people who were watching your show, if they wanted to, could send you hearts or something, and they were worth money. And what was even better, okay, if I have to remember one cool thing about Happs, I will give you all one. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Hey, what happened?
Nazim, you probably lost his signal. He should be back. You keep your eyes on him. He should be back.
He'll be back. All right, let me put this up so I can see him. Here he comes.
Good.
¿Qué pasó?
My connection down here is really.
Okay, I just want to make sure it wasn't me. They were okay. So let's say Tony was doing a show, whatever, and we were all giving him whatever it was, the hearts. So they all equal money, certain amounts, whatever. What would be cool is you would see Tony the next day giving all that money to somebody else who needed it or whatever. And it was cool because you would make money on it and it would hold like in a little bank on the app, not bank, whatever it was. And you could cash it out or use it to give other people hearts.
Yes.
True.
So most people, I think, I don't know, but it felt like most people would get hearts and then we'd all then support somebody else. Or when somebody was in trouble, like somebody in the crew.
So it is kind of like the TikTok live because they do that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the thing, they do that too. But what was great is you get the money. So Tony would do a show and he'd get all these hearts because he's talking about a good subject or he's being funny or whatever. And of course, none of that's true, but I'm just going to say it.
Well,
It was totally true. It was totally true. And then like he would have all these hearts and then the next show or some other show that he would be in the chat room in or whatever, Tony would be giving out that money to those people, not because he had to, because you could cash it out at like $200 or something. Because I remember I cashed it out a couple times, right? And you must have cashed it out or given it away so many more times because you were on there much more than I was.
I didn't make as much as I spent.
Exactly. But I'm talking about the money you would get in it. And so that I think was because I remember one specific person, I won't mention them, but one specific person got in trouble with something and they were just sharing what was going on. And all of a sudden it's like some signal went out to everyone. It didn't, but we all heard about it because it's like it was like you lived all in the same house or something. And I didn't even know the person, but I knew, okay, I got to give something. You know what I mean? Like, and that person ended up getting home. I remember something about they were stuck somewhere, and they couldn't get home.
We were stuck at the airport. She didn't know what to do, and we put the word out to each other, and 17 of us jumped out of nowhere.
It was unbelievable. And even if you didn't know the person, people just like automatically try to help. I thought that was probably
pretty cool.
One of the best things.
Community I hold on to, Carmen. And if I don't mean anything else, if I don't stand strong on anything else, that wasn't the only instance we ever did that for anybody. And the number of times, even if we weren't online, if we heard something, the way people jumped, I'm never letting that go. And I don't care who hates me.
No one hates you.
Because people are tired of me talking about it. And I always tell people, I say, some of y'all don't even have this type of support in real life. Y'all kiss my ass.
Right.
We jumped from around the globe. Who's stuck where? Who needs help?
Right.
Who can't pay a bill? Who needs to change with a tire? Who's on the road? So who which? Shh, go.
Hey, I'm thinking about buying a new car. You want to hook me up? I was just kidding. That was so funny.
No, but that was something I held on real tight too, and that was something I was always fighting for a lot of people for. And even when I did my interview, Rick was there for that. Nazim, I think you was there too. Carmen, I think you might have made that one.
I don't know what we're talking about.
When I did the interview with Tracy from Baywatch.
Tracy Bingham?
With the booby slippage? No, I was not there. I heard about it. Yeah. I'm so sorry. That's all. I wasn't there, and that was
Whoops. I'm sorry.
I talked to that woman for 8 hours, and that's all everybody remembers.
Because that's what happens when that happens, Tony. That's why you don't want that to happen.
I tried. This is what I'm talking about.
No, but this is. I know. So he was interviewing somebody from Baywatch.
Tracy Bingham from Baywatch. She came. One of the guys up there.
It's actually from Boston, by the way, Cynthia. You'll have to Google her.
Anyway.
Whoa. What you mean Boston with a face?
Because you had to throw that in there. So everything.
That's right. Because I assume
because
Cynthia
we're proud.
Exactly who that is.
Rich, don't get me started on you with that. Don't.
Wait, look at Mario. Oh, wait, these hearts don't count.
I like that. That's funny, Mario.
They count to me.
And Richard got shortchanged on him.
They never responded to his emails. I was trying to help him when he got it because as everybody was catching up when it shut down, a lot of people who didn't. There was a few of us trying to get the connections in for them, and he never got his. And I was trying. I was like, I don't know.
Mark Goldstein is on LinkedIn. Send him an email. Seriously.
Or Goldman,
right? That's right, Goldman, and send him an email.
I had a great conversation with him. That first time I met him, I had a great conversation with him.
He's the guy. He's one of the co-creators of the apps.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah.
But we had fun. I'm not going to keep talking. It's been 12 minutes. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But the one thing I could say that cracked me up, but not in a good way, is I know dang well what you are typing to me right here or talking to me right here. You would not say that to my actual face.
Wait, what's happening? Who said what? What's in the chat?
On Happs? No. In Happs.
Oh, yeah.
You would not say that to my face. No, you wouldn't. That I couldn't stand.
A lot of that. And I tried to avoid a lot of the craziness. I did.
You know what? We're going to stop talking about Happs right now because you're about to lie your ass off.
You ain't lying on nothing.
You know what? Nobody's believing you. You were all up in all that.
I got the proof.
You were all up in that. Okay, we're done. We're 33 minutes. We're done with Happs. Okay, we're done.
Mario was about to get his boxing glove. Look, he's like, wait, what?
We're going to start having it now. No.
Nazim, I have a question. What made you go to Italy?
Oh, I fell in love with my current wife. We met
That's an old story.
We met at a party in Miami. And after 6 months, I proposed. It was real fast.
Wow.
And how long have you guys been married?
We've been married for 33 years.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. She always jokes that she thinks at the beginning, she says, I had a feeling you just wanted to marry me for my money. I'm like,
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
I
But,
love that. That's
yeah,
such a
yeah.
cool romantic story. Although I'd
It
like to
is.
hear her perspective. What would she say?
I don't think so.
No, we were talking about it the other day. She was like, no, it's pretty funny because she said, if you wouldn't have married me, you would have been stuck in Miami, you know,
Wow.
probably like at a car wash cleaning cars and stuff.
Wow.
And I'm
Oh
saying,
my
what
God.
are you talking about? I was already an architect. She's like, yeah, but without me,
I love that.
Hey,
I
Nazim,
love
why
her
do I like
already.
doing that
I
thing?
love her too. I love her too. That's
She got an
awesome.
ego. I like it.
Ego.
Ego, yes.
She's confident.
That's
she's,
right. You
she's
see,
very confident.
Healthy. I
as
said
men what they
healthy.
do, like ego.
That's not bad.
It is bad because for a man, no one would say that. Trust me, we're
No,
women.
I would
We
say that
hear
about
this-
anybody.
You know what? See, I shouldn't have said a word. Cynthia should have just been like, yeah.
One of the
Yell at Rick later.
Yeah.
one of the stories I tell on that show called "Don't Tell My Mom," I told
Oh, yeah.
the wedding night, which is when basically we got married on South Beach, and I got plastered.
Ooh.
And she walked out. She looked at me. She kept looking at me. She going like, "Stop it, stop!" And I was like, and I ended up in the middle of vomit at a gay club on South.
Oh,
And my friend picked me up like at 6 in the morning and said, dude, you like overdid it.
Yeah.
And the next day she's like, I'm divorcing you.
Fastest marriage ever.
wow.
It's a pretty funny.
That's kind of funny.
When I tell that story on people at the club, they laugh a lot, but women look at me like,
Right.
mm.
Hey, 33 years. I ain't.
That's
Yeah.
funny because me and Juan, when we got married, we had our reception, everybody went home, and that night, our friend of ours was spinning at a club, and we went to the club right after our wedding, and I still had my veil on and everything.
That's what's
And did Juan get plastered?
No, we didn't get plastered, but we had fun.
They're not big
There you
drinkers, so not big drinkers. I was waiting to hear the plastered part. Yeah, no. Wow.
Wow.
I had an issue with somebody online at LinkedIn. So first, let me say thank you to the 5 people who added us this week. Again, I'm always shocked by LinkedIn, and people think I'm weird, but you can only get so many people to follow you on a business website, and I'm just shocked by it. But anyways, so there's a lot of people when you're on LinkedIn, you'll get a DM that says you want to add me as a network.
Yeah.
And I do. I don't care, if you want to, because maybe they'll follow the show, maybe they'll whatever. I don't care. There might be a contact I can use in the future. You never know. But you always know it's not going to work when the next day they're pitching you something. You know what I mean? And it's always so disappointing. Like, you don't even know who I am. And I can tell because they're pitching me something I would never need at all. Like, it would take you 2 seconds to actually read my profile on LinkedIn. You don't even have to go outside of LinkedIn to know that I have no interest in needing a bobcat. I don't even know what that is. Isn't that like farm equipment or something? Like, I have no idea. Right? Isn't that like some...
It's a construction truck type thing.
And like their salesperson won't stop talking about it. You know what I mean? And I'm like, and the thing is not just one, it's like you get so many of them. So I've stopped adding people because I just need a break. Like, I don't like to not read the stuff because it's usually people who are actually interested in the show, which is what boggles my mind. You know what I mean? Or they're interested in what I do, because I don't have that listed on there too much either, my real life. But do you guys get a lot of that kind of crap in your emails or in LinkedIn or whatever?
I get a lot on LinkedIn. What I get a lot is programmers from India, a lot. And it's like, oh, can we do something for your digital agency? And I'm like, we already got the staff, and thank you.
Oh, you answer them back?
I do. I'm very nice.
I tried once.
I basically answer everybody like, no, thanks a lot, I'm not interested, But because LinkedIn, at the end of the day, it was born as a platform for business,
Yeah, but it's changing because it's trying to be more social, whatever the word is, more social, and they're adding everything under the sun that like that TikTok does or YouTube,
Oh,
and they're trying to compete, and that's still going.
wait till they add AI.
I know.
It's like you're gonna have a little chat thing going like,
What's
hi.
the AI? There's AI on all these platforms too.
Yes.
Everything getting AI.
Yeah.
And
How do
we
you
can
feel
talk.
about it?
We can talk about that. I don't know. Right now, I'm taking a course just picking up on things because for my business it's quite important. But I think there's a lot of oversell on it right now. Everybody's like, "Oh, this is going to be the next thing since sliced bread, right?" But I think the jury's still out a little bit. And then there's a lot of the news is like, "Oh, jobs are going to be lost. People are going to be going unemployed." Yes, this is a possibility, but it's still too early to understand what's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, the only thing I'll add about AI on the jobs front is whenever we move forward as a species, like whenever we do, what are you doing, man?
She's framing us.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was checking my lighting.
There you go.
You should be like a model for like toothpaste or something. It's cute, but it's just I've never
Trying to behave. Keep messing with me.
Okay. I'm sorry, Tony. I'm sorry. That's like the with the plastic face. Anytime you want me to shut up, just hold that up.
It's funny that we're talking about AI because I literally just saw a video that talked about, think about how many movies they've made that AI is going to be evil and destroy us. Space Odyssey, 2001, HAL, and then Jennifer Lopez just did a movie called Atlas.
Stop. We're not promoting anything, Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, sorry.
The show.
Well, they said it was so bad that it was funny. That's what I heard.
Jennifer Lopez.
Was it that bad?
They said it was funny. It was so bad. It was funny.
I'm
Jennifer
Latina,
Lopez.
Nazim. It's too embarrassing as Latinas to talk about Jennifer Lopez. But let me just my thing about AI.
She ain't looking good lately.
I just want to say this thing about AI. Every time we make progress as a human species, whether it's fire, the wheel, having computers, having mobile phones, that conversation about jobs are going to be lost is a factual thing, but more jobs will be created in other ways.
Yeah.
That's how we move forward. So that part doesn't bother me, but I do agree with Nazim, what you said. I think it's too early. I agree with you. I think they're too early and putting it out there and scaring people half to death. And I mean, I just got a notification that something was taken off my website and is being used on AI. That's all I'm going to say about it right now. And it is a question because especially if you're not like a famous person but they just did it to what's her name from the Marvel characters. They used her voice. What's her name?
Scarlett
Johansson.
They took her voice and used it from one she actually did, and then used AI to create it without her permission. So
that's the problem. That is the problem.
She has the money and she has the visibility to make a thing, but to people like us, they're taking, what are we going to do? Unless someone tells me that it's happening, and what are we going to do? I mean, I don't have that kind of money to sue or,
I need to give some advice to everybody who's watching and also people in here. If you're using ChatGPT, do not put anything that's related to your business or things like that or stuff that you don't want out there because it's grabbing that and putting it in its database. Yep. Careful.
Yeah. So I'll just tell you, it's my book. My first book there were quotes taken from it. Yeah. And stories and
did they at least reference you?
I'm sorry?
Did they at least reference you when they took it?
No. That's why I've been telling you guys I had to hire a lawyer and he's so cool, blah, blah, blah. That's what we're working on. And it's just because I don't know what to do. And here's the reason why I'm doing it. I'm not going to be mad. I'm mad that I wasn't credited.
Yes.
Or asked, you know what I mean? Or asked, because my book is available on Amazon. So what ends up happening is, in a weird kind of way, it's public, but it's not. It's my property. They wouldn't do that to a big time author.
Well, in our digital agency, we have clients that basically we do big websites for them and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And lately, they're discussing with us on how to put to block the scraping of a website from AI.
Yeah, if you find out, please let me know. I swear to God, because all I want is to be
It's a bit
asked.
complicated, but it can
Yeah.
be done.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I cut somebody off.
No.
Atlas was what?
Trash.
Basura.
Trash, basura.
Oh, so Celtics won? I wasn't even concerned about it.
No.
No, the movie. We were
Talking
just
about the
talking
movie.
Oh,
The
I was like,
movie.
who's Atlas? Okay, what movie is Atlas?
The one you said not to talk about because it had the Latino.
Oh yeah, no. Okay, is that the Jennifer Lopez thing?
Yes.
Yeah, no. We just. Well, I saw the basketball. I wasn't even paying attention. I saw the basketball.
Oh,
hoops.
Garbage can.
Trash.
Garbage
I
can.
know, but I thought it was basketball.
I can
hoops
see
because
it.
you were
That I can see that.
right.
You're
I
right.
thought you guys were talking about basketball.
Yeah, I can
Let me,
see
So-
that.
I gotta step away for a second because I gotta get my battery charger for the
No,
Mac.
of course.
One second.
Of course.
Keep your shirt on.
Tony.
I hope he got pants on.
Oh
So-
God! Don't open that door either, please.
Oh gosh.
How was you guys' week actually? Cynthia, you had something to
Horrible.
share.
Oh no.
What happened? I wasn't going to talk about it, but
So I'm still in my old job right now, and where my desk is, there's 3 of us that sit there, and there's a freestanding wall between us and like where our supplies are and everything. And so I hear some water trickling, and I'm thinking somebody's pouring a drink into a cup. I turn around, no, there's a waterfall coming down from the 5th floor office. And it got everywhere, and I mean,
you were
it
flooding, right?
basically- It flooded our whole area, and yeah, it's been a mess.
See, I would have been like, "Oh, day off. Let me know when everything's fixed. I'll see you guys tomorrow."
Oh, you would think they would send everybody home. No, still saw patients, and oh yeah, all they did was just move us out into the waiting area to check patients in, and yeah.
And you
And
still work
today,
around all that.
because this happened on Tuesday morning, and today was the day where they actually decided to close the office for the afternoon because the doctors were complaining about it.
Well,
Mm.
that's
Forget
how
the employees, the doctors were complaining now. So now they decided to close it for the afternoon, get it as fixed as they can so we can come back tomorrow.
yeah.
And-
That's like
and
a
they-
Tony
guys-
move, right? Nazim is
Yeah.
cool, Carmen is not. You know what I mean? It's kind of that. And if Nazim told him to stop messing with me, then he would probably listen. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
The eyebrow. Look at the eyebrow.
I got some bad news. I left my battery charger back in Milan, so
Whoops.
No,
I
it's
got
okay.
6%. So
We're
I'll
going
be
to
on-
jump off soon. You don't have to worry
We're
about
gonna
it.
milk that 6%.
Yeah. How long does the show last?
We usually have the show. Well, lately we've been going later because Tony's been on, but we usually only go for an hour.
Okay, good. I
Yeah,
think
no,
I'll make an hour. Yeah.
Listen, I told them that. Well, I told Cynthia and think Rink that you were probably just going to pop in or whatever because I thought you would be sleeping and just checking in. You know what I mean? But I'm glad.
I was really deep. It was deep. I was having a great dream, and Jennifer Lopez was in. No.
Okay, that was good. That'll be a clip. Okay, like,
Jenny from the block showed up.
yeah.
Oh, geez.
No, I'm not mad at her. I'm just disappointed. I think there are so few Latino artists, and then there are none that are Afro-Latino. So when you see one that has a name and, you know what I mean, has the power to help other people, she's obsessed with herself and
Yeah.
making
A
a
little
fool of
bit
herself.
self-centered. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I think it's just I've always supported her because she's a great dancer. I'll say nothing about her singing or about her acting, but more props to you. You know what I mean? Like you're a businesswoman doing your thing, making money however you can. I ain't mad at you, but she's horrible.
But by the way, when I was living on South Beach, when I met my wife before we moved, nobody knows the story. I was basically paying rent to Gloria Stefan because I was in one of her properties.
Oh,
wow.
really?
And she was the nicest. She was the nicest person.
She's
real
amazing. You can
super
talk about
cool.
her if you want.
Yeah,
She
she was
seems
super
awesome.
cool, very cool,
Yeah.
and her husband too. Cool people, very cool
Yeah.
people.
And she's someone who is always supporting other Latinos of
Yeah,
every
yeah.
color
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah,
time and people in general. But I'm just saying in the Latino community, it's a thing. But, you know, she's reina. ¿Cómo se dice reina?
La
Right?
reina.
Reina.
Azúcar.
So,
No,
yeah.
azúcar is the other one.
No, that's sugar.
Celia Cruz. Celia
Celia
Cruz.
Cruz, yeah.
Azúcar.
Yeah. So that's all, but that's what I mean.
I ran into. I was a kid. I was like 20 something years old, and I was at the airport, and Celia Cruz was there.
You
And
did
I looked
not.
At her, yeah, and I looked at her, and she turned around and she goes, "Azúcar."
That's awesome. Are you being funny? Are you being for real?
It's a real story. Yeah.
That would be
I said hello to
Yeah,
her.
right? Celia Cruz. That would be amazing.
I'm living in Miami. They were always passing by.
Yeah. That's amazing. Oh wow, I love that story. That's good.
Good story,
yeah, so that's all it is about her. I'm just disappointed, and I don't get it. I don't get, spending, how much was it? $20 million to do that thing we're not going to talk about with a movie she did. I think she spent $20 million of her own money. And I keep thinking like, but you could have done something that would help other people. Or you could do a movie that would help or inspire or whatever, but no. Or just take your money and burn it in the street. Help warm homeless people, because that would have been a better thing to do.
You can put it in the stove and burn it. That's how I'm an expert in that.
Tony, what's the score? Who are you talking to?
6:44. I'm not talking to anybody.
Okay. Are you on another show right now? No. So Nazim, have you seen Ted Hicks's show? Have you been on there late night?
No.
Yeah, he hasn't come on lately a lot.
So what time is it at?
It's not on. Is he coming on tonight, Tony?
Ted normally comes on about 10:30 Eastern. He has been on.
He comes on after us, but he hasn't for weeks.
He's been on for months. He hasn't.
Yeah, he's been working on a business. So.
Oh, okay.
So it's been
I have to confess something. Ever since Blab and Happs and all that stuff ended, I've been, a little bit off social media. I haven't spent as much time as I've reached. I reach, once in a while. Michael also sends me a message, and I say chat to him, and we're supposed to get and talk to each other. But I've been more concentrated on being busy. I'm not saying that what we do on social media is a waste of time, but
I totally get it. I feel like I think this has to be just. That's why on Thursday nights I try to keep this as positive or fun, or Tony and I go at it like being funny, but at the end of the day I adore him, and Rick and I and Cynthia and I, we're cool people, and it's just fun. Anybody who comes on the show, it's just for a little relief, especially if you're working a lot. But the idea that I would do it every single day, like they were doing on Happs, and you have nothing else to hang on to, and that's not to be mean. It was during COVID, so everybody was stuck in the house. So you understood it. But this to me is just a part of it and fun. But before we go, and I'm not trying to cut us off, but we're getting to the 1 hour mark. Nazim, I do want to offer for you to come on at a time that's more reasonable. Like maybe we could do something as a fun thing on a Saturday or something. Yeah, we can go live and just have an All About the Joy, because Nazim is in Italy and can't wake up at 3 to join us all the time. Show, you know what I mean?
All About the Joy Internacional.
Oh, that's a trick.
There you go.
We'll have an All About the Joy international version. I like that. Rick, I give you props. That one was a good one. That's like the Tony making up the All About the Joy. Yeah. So, I've trademarked the name. It's official now. I changed the website. Tony, you didn't get my email, did you? You got to go check your email.
You haven't asked me what I've been doing this week, so I was going to let you finish.
Oh, what were you doing? No, it's okay. What were you doing this week? Because we're going to jump off quick, and Nazim's battery's going to go.
It's all right. Finish your show.
Tony, are you still not doing the airport stuff?
Yeah, I still have my job. It'll be 13 years in August.
Yeah.
And actually,
mic drop. Boom.
Yeah.
Yesterday actually has been 29 years since I've been Air Force.
Wow. Awesome.
So
wow.
It's been. I'm actually out of town for a conference right now.
Okay, cool.
Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And
I was going to say, it looks like a hotel.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story I was going to tell her. I was just going to roll through everything else. But
do you plan to retire from the Air Force? My brother did.
I never thought I would last this long. So, yes. I'm thinking about next year, but smart senses tell me I need to hold on for another decade till Jason grows up. That's the smart thing to do.
Gotcha.
I do probably need to change jobs because my body is talking and aching. I don't know if y'all noticed my shoulder was messing with me past couple of days. I actually popped some aspirin before we came on. So I probably do need to find something else. But yeah, I'll be Air Force at the very least. Next year will be 30 years. Never thought I'd be in long.
Congrats.
So if you get married before your retirement, does your wife get half the pension?
Good question.
That's a great question.
Her and I.
Carmen D. I feel it. Carmen D.
And Nazim, you don't know. Me and the wife did get divorced about a year and a half ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, that's already.
Nazim wasn't around?
No, he wasn't.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm
Her
sorry
and
to
I
hear that.
agreed not to go after each other's retirements or whatever. So.
Okay.
Oh man, I was just being funny. That's all. I was
No, you're good.
just being funny with you. Nazim, wait. So what would happen this week, Tony? You said you were waiting.
I'm out of time for a conference. I was going to tell y'all, if you didn't see the video I did, I put one up on TikTok when I was walking around town, showing everybody what it looks like around here. It's about 17 minutes, but the drive up here was bananas. Driving through the mountains is not for the weak.
Are you not telling us where? Did I miss where you went?
Yes, you did.
Because it's very windy, you mean, and narrow? Or?
Yes, very windy.
Okay.
No, you said conference, but I mean, where in the country? Or
I said in Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Oh, I didn't hear
I
you.
didn't hear the Tennessee part. Oh, are you going to see Joy?
They're not on
Oh
the
wait, yeah, Joyce.
She's on the other side of the state.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's on. There's a couple people in this state, and they're not around here. And getting here, even where they're at, would take a couple of hours.
Gotcha.
Because, and honestly, I saw some of the healthiest deer I've ever seen in my life. These boys are huge up here. These boys is huge, healthy. You know, you'll see deer on TV, and they're kind of small compared to these jokers in these mountains. You know what, Bump It? Let me go ahead and tell y'all. I'm driving on the road. They're literally walking around the street, and they're looking at me like, "Oh, you gonna stop?"
Huh.
I was like, they walk. They literally and just keep going. I said, okay. And then there's about 4 more with them, and they walking slow, like senior citizens in their own neighborhood. Serious. And I'm actually walking around 2 nights ago. I was going to grab something to eat, but everything was closed. I said, now something's open. I just saw the sign. The lady said, you can go check. That's fine, but watch out for the bear.
Oh,
on the city
nice.
street. Bear
heck
just
no.
come out of anywhere and just walk around looking at you. So there's all types of wildlife and animalisms around here, but this is a nice little beautiful city. Honestly, anybody who's ever been to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, I highly recommend checking it out for a weekend. Plenty of food, plenty of activities, a good family atmosphere. The kids will have something to do. The grown folks will have something to do. Everybody's going to have something to eat, and it's cool. It really is. Another city close by is Pigeon Forge. A couple people went over there, but I didn't because I'm actually up here for a conference for the job for the week. We're going back tomorrow. But driving up here but I said I would never drive through the mountains again. I did it in 2010, and it was a little too much for me. This one was actually tighter turns. I had to drive 30 minutes uphill. I'm in the Equinox, and then I had to drive 15, 20 minutes downhill. I literally had to just put the car in neutral and keep my foot on the brake as I'm hitting curves. And they are tight. I've actually done this in an Escalade before, and it terrified me because it's a 2-lane road. You're making a curve, and there's an 18-wheeler coming the opposite way. This time, I'm in the same thing. The Equinox, and it's tight. One lady got so tired of me being behind her, she actually pulled over and let me go ahead of her.
I do that all the time. I can't.
Yeah, but I'm not even speeding. It's just because we're going down here, and you hit your brake harder than I'm hitting mine. And then it's dark. There's nothing on the other side. Nobody's going to hear you. Oh, now this is the best part. And I saved this just for your show. I really did. You know, when you're driving and you lose your signal on your phone, it'll say 5GE, 5G plus, LTE, 5G, and then just go to 3G. Mine dropped down to SOS, which I'm like,
you can only call 911, right?
That wasn't the worst part. Yeah, I've seen that before. What really got me was when the SOS left, and all I just saw was a satellite insignia where my antenna's supposed to be. I've never seen that before. Literally saying, I got to call an alien for help.
And then it said SOL.
Yes, exactly. There was a signal. A little symbol of a damn satellite antenna. Like there was no signal whatsoever. This was up in the mountains, and people are just pulled off sightseeing, looking over the cliffs. I would have stopped, but I'm like, no, I need to get the hell off this road, get into my room. I need to go sit down. I need to recover.
It was because you weren't comfortable. I went to school in Vermont, so I totally get it. And the deer thing, I remember that same feeling when I first saw like I'm going to call it a real deer. You know what I mean?
They like the size of a moose or a caribou. Them boys are huge, and they were chilling. Like
I know
like
people
people
who have
hanging out in the
died because
neighborhood. They were just sitting there like
they
this.
hit a deer in Vermont, like a real deer, and they died. You know.
Yeah.
The person or the deer or both?
The people probably.
Well, the
You gotta
deer
be
died,
careful.
but I
Yeah.
mean, it crushes your car because they're so big. You know what I mean?
Right,
It's
right.
like
Oh yeah, well, if they're running through, and I have a friend, his car got hit by a deer in the countryside, and it
Mhm.
damaged the whole car because they just like they don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been hit
And
by
then you
that.
can't see
If
them
they're
at
running
night
away
in
from
those
something,
areas that
yeah,
Tony's talking about because there's
yeah.
there's not like lights everywhere and everything. You know,
No, true,
Trees. Trees. You
scary.
can't even see the moon like this.
Yeah.
true.
It's
Wow.
beautiful. It's beautiful, but if you're not comfortable with it,
Oh boy,
so yeah, we're gonna.
time to wrap it up.
No, because we keep going to like 1:30, 1:40, and I'm editing, and I can't do it no more. It's too much.
I got you.
work.
Oh, Dollywood is right there. Go give her a holler. That's true.
Leaving tomorrow. She's north.
All right.
I
Hey,
live.
everyone, thank you for visiting and stopping by. I want to say thank you to Nazim because he's
Nazim,
probably going
good
to
seeing
jump
you,
off
bro, man.
quickly.
Yeah.
It was
Great
great
seeing
to see you. We'll
everybody.
set up a different time and do all
I
about the
would,
Joy International. I
I would
love this.
appreciate that. I would appreciate.
Tony, thank you always for stopping by. And I know I mess with
for
you,
having
but it's because I love you. You know
Thank
what I
you
mean?
for having me. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Cynthia, mwah. We'll see you in 3 weeks.
Nice meeting you, Cynthia.
Oh, yes.
We're
Thanks for
going to
meeting
see
you too.
Cynthia in 3. Oh, no, we might see her next week, but Cynthia will be in another country. That's all we're going to say for now. And Rick, as always, I adore you. Thank you so much. And to everyone else, thank you so much. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you next
Bye,
week.
folks.
Remember, it's all about the joy.
Click the like. Click the like.